Have you been watching this Spider-Man or Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man TV series? I honestly think it's pretty good. I saw the trailers. I wanted to wait a little while before I said anything about the series because I didn't want to just react to preview footage and whatnot. I wanted to actually see the show before I said anything about it. And honestly, I really like it. There's just enough nostalgia and crossover to satisfy what I like for any kind of connections to the MCU or any previous works, like let's say the comic books. And I love the animation style that they use, like comic book style paneling. It looks like a 2D comic strip. Because I wanted to discuss some of the characters on the show. I already know Peter. You already know Norman Osborn, except for the ethnicity twist. I know the role being a mentor to Peter as opposed to being an antagonist. Is it in the 616? No, it's not. 616 Peter Parker Spider-Man is Tom Holland. But there are connections. The one-for-one scene between episode 1 going into episode 2 of the series and Captain America Civil War. That was my favorite moment in the series so far. There's other ones that are like that too. When he stops a van from hitting a bus. Tony showed him that in Civil War, and we saw that actually happen in the series. Connections to Civil War are there. I'm through episode 5. There you see the airport battle from Civil War. So they do mention that. They do mention the Sokovia Accords. So there are similarities. It gives it a time frame around when it would take place during the MCU timeline. Let's talk about some of the characters here. One of them in particular was what drew me to the show to begin with. We have Nico Minoru. First, we have Nico Minoru, who I guess is this series' equivalent to Ned. I actually think she's a little cooler than Ned. She is a member of the Runaways. Her parents are dark wizards, and they are a part of the group called the Pride. One thing cool about her is her mother actually stabbed her with a staff that her body absorbed. It's actually a weapon that she uses later on. Whenever she bleeds, the staff will come out of her chest, and it's called the Staff of One. The character that piqued my interest in this is Pearl Pangan, let's just call it Pangan. Let's be honest, that's probably how it's going to be pronounced anyway. She's Filipino. So she's the first Filipino Marvel superhero. What's cool is she was training to be an Olympian in swimming, and that's kind of close to her background in the TV show where she's actually a swimmer. Who she is actually Wave. If you've seen this channel before, by the way, thank you if you've seen this channel before, but I'm a proud Filipino. Anytime I see people being featured or even part of something bigger, I'm all for it. So far, she hasn't really had much. I mean, she's pretty much just the girlfriend of the next guy I'm about to talk about. She is Peter's old babysitter. As it turns out, he has a crush on her. A little about Wave, or Pearl. A young Filipino woman raised on Mactan Island by her grandfather, or her lolo. Natural prodigy in the water, raised to be an Olympian. Basically, her powers are that she can control the water around her. Hopefully her role's a little bigger. Hopefully. On to Lonnie Lincoln, known as Tombstone in the comic books. In the show, he's a star football player. So he's actually very, very nice to Peter. He's all about his family. He even surprises Peter with his interests in, academics. In the comics, he is a villain. It wouldn't surprise me if he had a heel turn, like a true heel turn in this series, because, well, I mean, threaten somebody's family, anybody will go heel. John Wick went on a killing spree for somebody killing his dog. So that's pretty much Peter's crew. I mean, so far I'm truly enjoying the show. I watch it, every time the episodes come out. I don't know if I'm going to be doing like episode by episode breakdowns. Don't really have time. I don't know if you've seen the release schedule for this series, but it's actually different. Did their standard 2-episode premiere. This week they're doing 3 episodes, and then another 3 episodes next week, and then a 2-episode finale. So 10 episodes in total for the first season. It's a pretty cool concept, a mini-series inside of a series. Maybe they just want to go ahead and release it because each, set of episodes has like its own story arc, which is actually pretty cool. So you don't have to wait, or you don't have to remember what's going on if you're waiting from week to week. A couple other things about the show. They've released a couple of other videos, about the future of the series. See, who the bad guys are. I think I saw Scorpion. I saw Doc Ock. Maybe we'll get a heel turn from Norman Osborn. I mean, he's the Goblin. And there's also cameos. Right out the gate, the first episode, you see Doctor Strange. For sure, you're going to see my boy Daredevil, and he's going to be voiced by Charlie Cox. I'm actually really looking forward to that Daredevil crossover episode, and I like it. I'm wondering if you like it as well, so please let me know in the comments. Anyway, if you like this video, a big like would be helpful for me, for this channel. Please consider subscribing to the channel, and we'll see you on the next one. Enjoy the series.
Parker out.